Namaskar, Bay Area. It's time for Real Estate Roundup, your front row seat into the blockbuster Bay Area Real Estate, brought to you by your favorite realtor, Nagaraj Annaiah, the founder of nagarajhomes.com, your one stop for all things real estate. I'm Vijay Lakshmi. Join me as I get talking to Nagaraj about the state of Bay Area real estate. We would love to hear your experience if you bought or sold a home lately, or maybe are in the process of buying and selling one. Are you a little hesitant in taking that leap into owning your own home? Or are you now an empty nester and you're looking to downsize? Do you want to clarify any aspect of how to wend your way in the real estate maze? Or perhaps you want to take a step towards investing in real estate. Whatever is on your mind, share it with us. Call us in the studios. We are, of course, coming to you live on Bolly 92.3 FM. Studio lines are open, and the number to call in 877 Bolly 92. That's 877 265 5992. And we're looking forward to hearing from you. So keep those calls coming in. With that, let me welcome Nagraj. Nagraj, happy Sunday. Welcome.
Hello, Vijay Lakshmi. Hello, Bay Area. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a great day out there. I know it's a great weather too today. Nothing to
Yes.
complain. I think the Bay Area is having all kinds of weather nowadays.
Yeah.
We had a rain already this week, you know. Uh,
Yeah, who would believe it? Every day is a new day.
Today,
Yeah, one
the
day it's
sun is
raining, one day it's shining, but we're back to, sunny skies and happy times. And so, what is the market outlook? What are you seeing out there?
real estate is also like that. It's always fluctuates. It's nothing kind of stable or like it's one time, but it's always look for the long terms.
Yeah.
I think let's talk about. There's a lot to talk about. I think let's
Yes.
start with one listing what I have and what I'm noticing. And so this is a 3 bed 2 bath condo in a South Winchester Boulevard. It's listed for 900K, and yesterday I had 10 close to 12 showings yesterday. Okay,
Hmm.
unexpected. Like I didn't expect that many people to walk out, and I opened the open house at 1 o'clock. At 1:05, I already had one offer.
Oh,
Basically,
wow.
five had an offer. Basically,
Yeah.
they're saying the buyer was used to basically stay in that community itself. He wants to basically upgrade to a 3 bed 2 bath condo, and he literally gave me an offer within a 5 minutes. You don't.
Whoa, that's incredible. Mm-hmm.
So this listing is like somebody is looking for a starter home. It's a
Yeah.
great house for like starter home, less than a 900K 3 bed 2 bath. And let's talk about the single family homes. I just want to see this show is all about whatever happened in this week. Just
Yeah.
real estate round.
Because you have that front row seat, what's happening, right? So you're able to get that and guide folks on that. Mm-hmm.
Talk to a lot of buyers and sellers. That's what is. I'm just giving an update what's happened in this week. Okay, then it's like I'm sharing the experience what's happening in this week or current market. Listeners, we are live on a Bali 92.3, and if you have something to share, you can give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92 877 Bali 92. I would like to share about the sellers, why sellers are not basically reducing the. There was one property listed in Newark right now. Okay, it's been 15 days in the market, 15 days in the market, listed for 1.3 million, and they don't have any offers. I try to ask the seller agent, would you like to reduce the price? No, the seller says, I don't want to reduce my price. They're still
They're sticking to their guns. Mm-hmm.
looking more than 1.3. That's what this, and that house is also behind the railway track, which is unused or like which has not been used from a long time. But still, the seller says, I don't want to reduce the price. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because seller says, I don't, I no need for me to sell the house. Right, that is the one thing happening. And today I've been to one house in Santa Clara. Okay, this house is like the seller passed away and they're trying to sell this house. When I walked into that house, I can see a lot of memories in that house, like all the disc, because he was more the seller was more passionate about the musics, and I think he lived there more than a 40 years in that house.
Oh.
I can see a lot of music disc, a lot of hardwares about the music related, all the stuffs in around. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the seller passed away. Somebody in the trust they're trying to sell it. I just walked in there and noticing that so many memories in that house, right?
Yeah.
So that
Mm-hmm.
is. And in that case, the seller is no more, somebody else is selling. Maybe they might be ready to sell it for a less. No, they're also not ready. They're saying like market shows now that nowadays sellers are kind of knows what they're doing, and they already got an appraisal for done for that house. So they says I want to sell it for 2.4 million.
Whoa.
That's the thing.
Okay.
And that house needs a complete revamp. That needs a complete revamp. But still sellers, but it's a very good schools. It's a 3 bed, 2 bath, very good schools in a Cupertino school district. In that cases also they're not reducing again.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
the
same house where you saw all the music
yeah, that's what
paraphernalia.
same,
Mm-hmm.
same house, like mother used to be there, and then later the son used to stay there, and he passed away few just a 1 month back, and they're trying to sell. The trustee is trying to sell, right?
Mm-hmm.
One also is like for 2.4 million.
Yeah.
One more thing, what we are noticing in this week, Microsoft just laid off so many employees right now, and AI boom is coming in, which we are already focusing in. But there's a two things that are happening in the AI boom. One is
Yeah.
some of the jobs becomes irrelevant. Some of the jobs means like it's needed for it, like because you need somebody to look for the all the training and all other stuffs. This phase, especially next 2 3 years, going to be an interesting thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
The area real estate prices are not reducing in, right? Because there's a new job opportunities are coming in. Some of the job posts are becoming irrelevant.
Yeah.
Right? So in this listeners, myself, Realtor Nagaraj Annaiah, I'm sharing
Yes.
real estate roundup. If you have any questions, you have something noticed recently in the Bay Area, do give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92. These stories are real. Whatever.
Yeah.
And you would like to share about more about yourself, do give us a call.
Yes.
Because real estate is not only about the money, it's all about memories in there and other things involved in there. Do give us a call if you would like to share. So I was talking about the Santa Clara property, right? Like, and one more thing, as I was telling you about the job losses are happening in around AI things, but still there's a demand for some section. There is still a demand.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not upgraded yourself, I think I was talking about this client also. It's not a client, is my friend of mine.
Yeah.
Basically, last year he lost a job and he moved to a Canada.
Oh, okay.
He's searching from last 1 year and he's not able to find a job.
Wow. Okay.
He's not able to find a job and he's renting out his property still in Livermore.
Mm-hmm.
Moved to Canada, now he's doing Uber services, and but still like basically he's renting out the property here.
To Canada he's moved.
He moved to Canada because he was an H1B.
Oh, okay.
In
Mm-hmm.
H1B, if you're in H1B, if you can't find a job within some spots within a 30 or 45 days, what
Yes.
leave the country.
Yeah.
If people worry, can I still rent it out? Right? You still,
Yeah, that's a question. Can an H-1B holder like, sell or rent their house if they have to leave the US?
yeah, they can do it. That's what my friend is doing right now. Like he's renting out this property for $4,000 in Livermore, right?
Mm.
It's a smaller house, less than 1,000 square footage. He's renting it out.
Mm.
Okay, so he had bought this house for just a 700K in Livermore.
Oh, wow. Okay.
2 year interest rate,
Yeah.
right? He got it for less than a 2.5%. Now he's able to rent it out. So that breaks even for it with
Mm-hmm.
including property taxes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
again, depends on H1B folks when they have bought the property, right? Like if they have
Mm-hmm.
bought it in a higher interest rate, it becomes harder. But if they have bought it in lower interest rate and if they want to break it even, they can do it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still they can do it.
Yeah.
So, and coming down to what do you get it for 500K, 525K, right? So we would be able to get it for a 2 bed, 2 bath condos in Newark area. Right now we are in a contract in a Newark area. That's a 2 bed, 2 bath, perfect condo. It's a single floor, 2 bed, 2 bath, and it's just a car parking also, right? So for 2 bed, 2 bath, you do get a for 525K in Newark areas.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people thinks we can't get anything for 525K.
Yes. I mean, that's a lot of people, they think that is gone, that era of 500.
525K. There used to be comparables for 580K in these condos.
Mm-hmm.
But because of recent California law change that they want all the older condos to be upgraded, right?
Oh,
All the
okay.
balconies needs to be upgraded, right? So there is some reduction in the prices right now. So my client was able to get it for 525K for Newark.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then cut 525K instead of paying a 4,000. Right now the rents are closer to $4,000. Instead of paying $4,000, go get a one house for yourself. So that basically instead of paying to somebody else, you
Yeah.
have the house for yourself.
Actually, that is the question I wanted to ask you because with this back to work office policies coming in, that's spiking these Bay Area rents as well. And you feel strongly about the rent versus buy situation. But what is your opinion? Is renting a better option during these uncertain job markets, like you mentioned, all of the layoffs and all happening? So, do you still stick with try to buy the house as opposed to renting?
See, there are two things, right? I think first let me talk about how much demand is for the rentals also. I think last
Mm-hmm.
week I made one video where like I had one rental listing. Okay. I listed on Wednesday night and
Hmm.
the morning, less than 24 hours, I had 16 applications coming in for rental for
Whoa.
$4,100. This is in South San Jose Blossom Hill.
Wow.
Three bed, two bath. Three
Ah,
two bath. And I that many applications I never expected for even for a rentals.
yeah,
So much demand for three bed, two bath, 4,000, anything less than 4,500 rentals anywhere
uh,
in the South Bay.
yeah.
So much demand is there right now.
Yes.
So this three bed, two bath within a 24 hours, I was able to rent it out to one client. So there's so much demand for tenants also, like any for rental properties also.
Yeah. So you
So
look at rental property, you look at owning properties as demand all around. It's just
demand all
crazy.
around in the South Bay. But
Mm-hmm.
being, if you're considering to buy, this is the right time to buy
Bye.
because it's kind of in a mixed reactions right now. So
Mm-hmm.
you would be able to negotiate better on the prices perspective. Again, depends what you're buying. Are you buying a condo? Are you buying a single family home or a townhouse? In
Yeah.
perspective, this is a better time to for the buyer and a seller also.
Mm-hmm.
I think let's talk about one. Yeah,
Before we go, let me tell folks that you're listening to Real Estate Roundup brought to you by nagrajhomes.com. And of course, we have Nagaraj Annaiah right here sharing his firsthand knowledge of what today's buyers want, what they're seeking, what people trying to sell are doing. And, if you are in that process of either buying or selling, if you need some well-considered advice, Nagraj is more than happy to handhold you through it. So you can call us right now. We're coming to you live 877 Bolly 92. That's 877 Bolly 92 is the number. And anything on your mind, of course, your first stop should always be nagrajhomes.com. There's a wealth of information there, and you can also reach Nagraj through nagrajhomes.com as well through the WhatsApp link. Yes, Nagraj, you were saying?
I think see one of the things what we need to talk about is the selling mistakes also.
Yeah.
A lot of people try to, especially when they're selling at the property, right? Especially condos or a townhouses, right? They opt for not going for a staging.
Oh,
I
okay.
think because they want to reduce the price. Nobody is interested to give that much price, and they want to do it. When they don't do the staging, I've seen the properties are staying for the in the market for longer time.
Oh,
Never
okay.
make the mistake when you're basically selling it. If somebody is, especially if they're representing a listing agent, right, as a listing agent, right, and they're trying to give you a lesser commissions, don't go for it. You want to make sure when you're listing the property or when you're trying to sell it at the right way. Basically, it includes staging.
Hmm.
Staging should be such that whenever the buyers walks in, they can visualize or they can see that this is the house they want to stay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without staging, the buyer can't even understand what it is.
Yes.
Never you're trying to reduce a 0.5% or 1% lesser in the stay, basically reducing your price, right?
Yeah.
But overall, your selling perspective also will reduce overall the price.
They don't realize that. It's like
Don't
penny
realize
wise,
like
pound foolish.
they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to see that 5,000, 10,000 they can reduce it. But overall, if the property, I can give the two comparables in same neighborhood when they listed it out, right? One with the staging, one
Mm.
without staging. If the without staging, the houses are staying for more than a month or so.
Oh,
Or
wow. Such a big
going
difference.
30,000, 40,000 because house is not well done or well shown up.
Yeah.
Buyers can't even, basically, even if it's being a condo, they can't even take it.
Yeah.
So always make sure you do the staging. choose a right realtor who can basically, I always sell that it's not the price what you sell, it's a net value what you get at the
Mm.
end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
might be like, instead of giving for 2.5, you can find a listing agent for 1.5, but he doesn't do it right way.
Yeah, then it's
Without the seller, no.
yes. So you're paying for that expertise, you're paying for the
I
that difference. Mm-hmm.
one more example to stand out in this: when you're doing a remodeling,
Yeah.
right? To do one work, it might hire in a contractor. It might cost you, let's assume, 12,000 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But if you find somebody a cheap laborer and you get them and they try to do your work for a 6,000,
Mm.
but they don't do it a right way,
Yeah.
then the cost later associated with is more.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
same thing applies to doing when you're selling also. So
In trying to save that money, you're actually it's going
actually
to cost you
losing out.
more. Yeah.
So two houses, whatever I'm telling about my condos listings also, well done on the list staging.
Hmm.
All the drone photographies, drone videography and photography captures the complete neighborhood. So
Mm-hmm.
it shows that buyer can visualize or like what are the closer proximities in around. So when
Yeah.
you do the drone, it will captures all your close proximity. It might be shopping, it might be all your highways or freeways,
Mm.
and the overall your up top view of the house.
Yeah.
So that way the buyer knows him. So
Yes.
that because you need to be, you're not selling 200K, 300K houses here. The houses
Yes.
are more than $1 million,
Millions. Yes.
more
Mm-hmm.
than a 900K.
Very true.
It should
Mm-hmm.
be showing the luxury of that house.
Yeah.
When
Mm-hmm.
you don't do it, then nobody buyers will be there. Unless you're selling 2 million house to $1 million for 50% down.
Yeah.
As
I
a
mean, that
seller,
there's been a sea change in how we approach home buying and selling, and this is very critical now,
can you
having the
imagine right now?
staging.
How
Mm-hmm.
do you do it? Where you
Yeah.
list what the listing agent brings in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The drone is really important right now
So
because
it's
it shows up
critical.
the value of the house and value of the neighborhood around drone.
So this staging is another separate company or
Yeah, staging
uh,
is like we hire the professionals for that, right? So basically, they come and stage a property,
mm-hmm.
including your living room, all your family room, all your
Yeah.
bedrooms, kitchen, everything. Correct. So that brings in the value when you show in.
Yes.
That ups the value of your home.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I mean, just when you're saying it itself, you can tell there's so much of
One of my
value brought in.
one of
Mm-hmm.
the buyer seller called me up. They told me, don't do listing, means don't do a staging. Can you reduce your commissions in? I didn't want to take it up
Yeah.
because if you're not showing the value of the home with the staging, videography, photography,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't bring in the value for the home. And they went with a different agent, and the house is still sitting in the market for a longer time.
Oh my
You're trying to
gosh.
reduce is at 10,000 there, but
Yeah.
you're going to overall reduce for 50,000 there, lesser.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Never make, as when you're a seller, never make any mistakes out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Expertise makes a difference, and being a knowing the loan scenarios or a market scenarios are also very important
Mm-hmm.
because when the I was telling you last time also, one of the property in a Milipitas, right? I was not even a buyer agent.
Mm.
I was just a listing agent for it.
Mm.
I went into a contract.
Yeah.
The buyer was getting a 6.75% interest rate
Oh.
because they went with a very top-notch bank, but they didn't have a very good rates for the first-time buyer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They had the rates only for the relationship discounts, but this buyer being in a first-time home buyer, he didn't have much discounts. They
Yeah.
called me up, and I was able to get them a better rates. Right now, they're closing for 5.75%.
Oh, okay. Wow. Mm-hmm.
Right? When the condos or the houses are not selling, we need to come up with some special promos or some special wordings for the property so
Yeah.
the buyers can get motivated to buy the property. right? So that is where the experts makes a difference for you.
Absolutely.
Always thinks about the ways and means to sell for your property in there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Selling is
Yes.
not so easy in the stock market.
Yeah. Yes. And that's why you're doing what you're doing as an expert, right? So you are wanting to help the sellers present that home, excite the buyers, advise on that strategic home prep and pricing, and align with that buyer's expectation as well. So all of that insight is what you're paying for, that knowledge. So don't skimp on that.
So on coming to this listing, whatever I have, 3 bed, 2 bath condo right now, which this is in 801 South Winchester Boulevard, unit number 2305. 801
Hmm.
South Winchester Boulevard, unit number 2305, very close to the Campbell schools. It's a close proximity to a Stevens Creek and all the big malls out there, and it's like very close to a freeways also. If somebody is interested on this, I have an open house starting in few minutes.
Oh, okay.
1:10 to 4 o'clock, I'll be there in the open house. They can come and meet me. We can talk about the properties, or if you're interested to sell your properties in the future also, right, they can always come and give me a call. It's a free consultation. Take off that. Correct. So coming back to the other things, right, listeners, we are live on Bali 92.3. Give us a call. Our studio line numbers are 877 Bali 92.
Yes. And yeah, Nagraj is more than happy to help you through it. Also, don't go it alone, because this is one of the most significant things you're going to do in the lifetime, whether you're buying a home, selling a home, and you want to have a trusted, partner on your side to do that. And that's where Nagraj comes in. So nagrajhomes.com is where you want to be. And if not following him already, you need to follow him on YouTube. Nagaraj Annaiah is the handle, and he comes up with reels and with very insightful information every week through the week as well. So you want to be associated with somebody who's in the know of what they're doing, right? So make sure you also reach out to him. And Nagraj, the show at 6:30 on Fridays, where
Yeah.
you get a whole host of all of the stakeholders in real estate, whether it's insurance, whether it's mortgage, whether it's immigration, everything that impacts a home buyer. You bring all of those people at one place, 6:30 p.m. on Fridays, and of course it's our show on Sundays, 12:30 to 1. Where you can join in. So you've got so much of resource right here where real estate is concerned, that you don't have to fear at all when you're stepping into it. So
This,
Nagraj, yeah. Hmm.
this Friday, we had a wonderful conversation with the CPA dude where we discussed about the new tax laws happening in around, right? What are the new bills, proposed bills, right? How do the investors use the all the short-term rental loopholes, right? There was a wonderful conversation with the CPA dude. On all these recordings have been uploaded on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Missed it out, do watch it in the Nagaraj Annaiah's YouTube channel.
Yes.
There's a wealth of information on that. Do subscribe for it so that you get all the informations about the real estate, because real estate is, it comes down to how do you think about the property. It's like when you're buying as an investor or when you're buying as a first time home buyer. It needs to be well thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
because right now being in higher interest rates, if you're an investor you're buying anything around 2.2 2.3 million, right now the property prices are like, your mortgage payments including your property taxes are around 13,000,
Mm.
including your property, even for a 2.3 million being in a 5.75% interest rate.
Right. Wow. Mm-hmm.
How do you play around with that, right?
Yeah.
If your example, you are with the friends, if you want to buy a property, if you want to think about how do you develop, like for example somebody is interested to buy a land, correct? If you're buying a land, how do you think about building the properties are there? If you want to build a multiple homes around there, how do you do that?
Yeah.
So
But Nagraj, I had a question while you're talking about mortgage, and you are mortgage expert as well. So you bring that part of that equation to to whatever deal you're doing. But what happens if you have a pending mortgage application and then you lose your job? What happens then?
I think, see, that is where I think if you already put an offer with a zero contingency, also, there is a clause such that basically if you lose your job loss, or if you have a job loss, you will not lose your EMD.
Oh, okay.
So you can
Mm-hmm.
you can go back to the seller, have a negotiation again, say that the things have changed in your end, so you will not lose your EMD. So you should
Mm-hmm.
be able to get back your EMD, but you should show that real job loss has occurred, so that way you can get back your EMD.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
That's good to
Vijay,
know.
we're running out of our time, but
Yes.
thank you so much for listening in. If you have any questions on the Bay Area real estate, or you would like to build on your wealth, and you would like to know more about the real estate, how does it work, you can give me a call. It's easy to do it. Go to nagarajhomes.com, click on a WhatsApp icon. That's the way you can connect with me. And all these recordings will be uploaded in YouTube channel, and subscribe for it. Wealth of information, never miss on it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we'll see you again next